or you can call the lodge and put your name on the list. If you're, if you're out of 100-mile radius of the lodge, you can't put your name on the list. But you can always call the lodge, put your name on the list. Meetup game's going to be fun. Did I mention free pizza?
And that's how you'd be sure that
Pocket nines for Andrew. Brad on the button.
Brad's been playing pretty
suited.
snug here. Yeah, you're not expecting him to flat on the button with the 7-5 of spades. So trying to mix it up, it seems. And we're going to go 5 ways to see the 3 community cards. Here we go.
I'd say times have changed, but is it really that different having a bunch of security guards with guns at your room? It's kind of
Diamonds for Mike D.
And top pair.
expensive.
okay. I could see it.
Mike D all over this board. And Easy not even going to flinch. Going to barrel into 4 opponents with ace high and some backdoor stuff. Brad with his 7 and backdoor spades as well. Makes the call. Mike going nowhere. So now 3 remain. Turn doesn't change much. Mike now blocking the 4-5 as well with the 4 diamonds. Spade would have been spicy. All chat wanted to see a spade there.
4, I think. 4, 3 or 4. I think 4.
You can stream the final table.
Yeah.
Last 6 or like a full final
Full 8 or last 8, I think. I think that's the plan. Yeah, did really good viewership last year.
One of the worst folds I've ever seen in my life was that. That was a
Brad
the guy folded aces, right?
firing out.
Against Ace King.
That was legitimately crazy.
Well, that's like one of the
5,000
for like the
with a pair of 7s.
Was it a final table at this tournament?
Yeah.
in hopes.
It was like a
Hold it on the like turn.
No,
It was
the flop.
3-handed.
Yeah.
And ace.
Yeah, Brad also has the 5, right? So he's blocking those 4-5s as well. So that's definitely in his mindset now. But now it's the flush for Mike D.
Oh
So
my goodness.
King just calls.
after Brad gets called there, if Mike checks this, I believe Brad will give up now that the flush got there.
Ace is bet small.
And this could go check unless Mike D decides to lead river here. Action is on him.
Aces just tank folds. And the ace king guy started putting in eye drops during the hand.
Wow.
Yeah. It's the lodge version of the Oreos. It's just like putting in eye drops, you know? They fold aces.
That's really, really bad.
And Mike D's going to fire.
I mean, sevens or queens there.
It was a pretty crazy fold.
And Brad will surrender. Quick fold.
Nice hand.
Could you describe that moment in a nice
Some type
way?
of fancy barrel-aged Angel's Envy. Pocket tens for Brad in the
That should be
cutoff.
like
I'm
like
really
a
glad.
super
I'm really
simple.
glad you asked Andrew to be nice about it, because you know how Andrew can be. that was considerate.
It's easy when you're making videos like traditional old school vlogs because you know a lot of people don't know what you're talking about. Plus, you're never going to say anything like negative about those people, obviously. And then where you forget sometimes is when you're streaming. And you're like, this guy's playing so crazy, like he's playing so, like you can say negative things about a player and like without thinking about it too much.
Right, yeah.
And then get a message from someone being like, hey man, I don't appreciate the way you were talking about me on stream.
This flop for Mike D. He's got the spades. He's open-ended. Brad
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like you're talking about someone.
still in the lead, but no longer. Flush for Mike D on back-to-back hands.
Mike D hitting the flushes.
Brad with the 10 of spades, though, so could river him.
Mean about them, something I would say to them.
Yeah.
Either like in jest or like
Yeah.
with friends or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. I just kind of made it a habit of trying to like never.
2,000. It's going to keep Brad interested.
Same.
You know.
His tens could be good here. Has the out, so he quickly makes the call here. Looking for a spade.
Just a good clean living.
And that's going to be a tough card here for Brad if he's not buying.
I
Let's
have
check.
I have a notebook and I just make sure I write them all down. Thick.
Mike D missing out on some value there.
You'd hate to forget like a beef along the way. It'd be...
I was worried about me too. Luckily, I put out a blocker bet, and that let me off the hook somewhat lighter, basically.
Absolutely. Talking with Brad Owen, and you're going to be here for...
This is an interesting one here where we've got aces, and they're wondering whether or not the knit game should have been on. And so I just kept quiet while I knew I had aces here.
Really?
And 3-bet to 2,000.
Let's see what happens here.
Fuck you now.
Mike D.
Fuck you was actually binding here at the lodge.
Yeah, you can.
Great guy, makes the call. You're loving it.
I have to pee so bad, and I have a hand.
6 fold, 7 fold.
All that C4, man. It's fucking out with your body.
Back over to Andrew. He'll let it go.
You know the C4?
So we'll go heads up.
Heads up.
Aces versus king queen.
You guys disclose that information?
Goes check, check. We'll see a turn here. Oh, my goodness. Oh.
One uses, you got some scratch shells.
Brad, what are you thinking here?
Thinking that this is not a great board once
Diamonds.
my 3-bet gets cold called.
Diamonds are out there. Straights are out there.
But after I checked the flop, can't fold just yet, especially after check through.
Check.
Goes check, check. The diamond saved a little money.
So many diamonds.
And there's the face.
Beat the ace.
Unfortunately.
You managed to get
Yeah, what I'm thinking right now is, didn't I 3-bet and get cold called in this spot? And I did.
That's really, that's a win all around.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny. In the moment, I'm upset, but it's funny for me to look back at these.
What's up, guys? Doug Polk here, and today I want to tell you about my favorite place to play poker, the Lodge Poker Club. The Lodge is a members-only social club here in Austin, Texas, and I gotta say, the action is wild. I don't know how many thousand big blind pots I've played in my life, but they mainly happen at the Lodge. Also, the staff is fantastic. We have some of the best dealers in the entire country, and the room is huge with over 80 tables. We're the largest room in Texas, and actually just straight up one of the largest poker rooms in the world. I know what you're thinking. The Lodge sounds great, but exactly what's going on there? Well, like any other good poker room, we've got two kinds of games going. We have cash games, and we've got tournaments. Our cash games include everything from 1-2, 1-3, 2-5, and higher depending on the day. And we've got 1-2 running just about every hour around the clock. So if you want to play a cash game, the Lodge has one going right now. Also, the Lodge has tournaments, 2 tournaments every single day, one in the afternoon and one in the evening. So you can stop by and play one of the many tournaments that we offer. We'll certainly have a tournament for you. A few times a year, we also have big tournament series going with our Lodge Championship Series, which happens every year before the World Series of Poker, and our Mayhem Series, which happens a couple of times over the course of the year, that tends to have an $1,100 million guaranteed prize pool main event. Like the sound of what you're hearing? Head on over to lodgepokerclub.com or just Google search for Lodge Poker Club. I'm sure you're going to find us. I look forward to seeing you over at the Lodge.